Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome on back to another reaction video. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Sam, aka OGBReacts. I'm a first-time movie reactor here on YouTube, posting every Tuesday and Friday, and I also stream over here occasionally as well. Today's video is a level 5 Patreon tier movie request from Ryan, and Ryan wants me to watch Touching the Void from 2003. Just like pretty much anything else that I watch on here, I have no idea what this is about, and frankly, I've never even heard of it. And Ryan had mentioned that this is more of a documentary, but it's also a sort of thrilling action as well. Either way, I'm definitely intrigued and curious and excited to watch this. So thank you so much to Ryan for subscribing at that tier over on Patreon and requesting for me to watch this film. And to everybody else over on Patreon, I really do appreciate you over there. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you're enjoying all the full unedited reaction videos and the access to the polls. If you want to watch the full unedited version of this video or to anything else on my channel, you can absolutely do so over on my Patreon. It is $5 a month for that. I also have a tier over there that is solely for the polls, which I ran every single Friday, and that is $2 a month for that. Once again, never even heard of this film, definitely intrigued though, and I am very excited to get on into it. So let's get on into it. Really do hope that you all like this reaction, and I shall see you on the other side. Enjoy! Oh, yeah. They're climbing. That's great.
And mainly, it was fun. Every now and then, it went wildly wrong, and then it wasn't.
So, great. In 1985, two young British friends, Joe Simpson and Simon Yates, traveled to a remote corner of Peru. Ambitious mountaineers, their aim was to conquer the unclimbed west face of the notorious 25,000-foot peak, Ciula Grande. I don't know. I can't read. Someone or both of them are dead, huh? Or, I'm wondering if that was the real guy that was talking just before.
I was 25. Simon was 21.
Yeah, it's him. Okay. So this is a real story. Okay.
I think he said it would be a challenging day out.
Probably an understatement. Understatement of the year.
It was the last big mountain face in this range of mountains that hadn't been climbed.
Wow. I get the appeal, but my feet will be on the ground.
Ciula Grande meant a lot.
Ciula Grande.
We knew a number of expeditions had failed on it.
Oh, wow.
If no one had tried, it wouldn't be quite the same. It was the fact that people had tried and had failed. So we knew it was hard.
Right.
And my feeling was, we'll just do it. We're better than them.
You start off from a base camp and you try and climb the mountain you're going to climb in a single push. That's the purest style, and that's the style that Joe and I had climbed Ciula Grande.
Right.
If you get badly hurt, you'll probably die.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay, so I guess the two guys that are going back and forth, they're alive. Huh. I'm very surprised. Big props to them. I could never, ever. I'm not a risk taker like this. You would never catch me skydiving. No, not this either. No. F this. Oh, no, it's crazy. Nope. So I'm interested to know how exactly this is filmed then. Now, wondering what the point is.
The fact that you are tied to your partner means that you put an immense amount of trust in someone else's skill and ability.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to have to rely wholly on your partner.
Yeah. So is that just there to make sure they don't get lost or something? Like, just to make sure they know where they are, I guess? That rope? And then the wind now coming in? No. Mm-mm.
The last section on the face was a few hundred feet of the most nightmarish climbing. No anchors at any point.
Great.
Full body climbing, really.
Oh, just makes me anxious.
It took us the best part of 5 or 6 hours to climb 200 feet.
That is so insane.
In the morning, in good weather, we actually saw what we've been trying to climb. I don't know the physics that explains why powder snow can stay on such steep slopes. In the Alps, it would just slide off if the slope was above 40 degrees.
These mountains are built different.
I was knackered, and I remember thinking, oh, sod the summit, we've done the face, and I think I can't really be bothered to go all the way up there. We have come all this way, we might as well stand on the top.
Right, exactly. Wow, okay, so they made it. I guess, are the problems or the bigger problems gonna be when they go back down? Wow. Congratulations, yay, you were alive.
And within about half an hour to an hour of leaving the summit, we were lost. We were in a whiteout, we couldn't see anything.
Oh. Oh, God.
You know, I got back up on the ridge and I shouted down to Joe that I'd found the ridge, you know, like, I said, oh, I found the ridge, Joe.
Oh, great. Holy shit.
And that night, as we made a brew, the gas ran out.
Oh my... Of course. Okay.
It was pretty obvious the following morning that we'd descended the worst part of the ridge.
Of course.
And suddenly there was this vertical wall bisecting the ridge.
Oh.
Get down on my hands and knees, hammer both my axes into the ice at the top, and then lower myself off the ice cliff. I was hanging by both axes. I think I took the hammer out, and what I wanted to do is now place it in the vertical wall. And I swung, and the pick went in, and it just made just a strange sound. And I was about to swing at the ice again.
Oh, yeah, he just broke his foot, didn't he? Oh.
The impact drove my lower leg straight through my knee joint.
Oh,
As the bone went into my femur, it split the tibial plateau straight off and carried on up.
Ow!
I tried to stand on it. And I felt all the bone go and all grating and everything, and I knew it was broken then.
Oh, God.
Immediately, I mean, I just doom, really. I thought,
yeah, really.
God, you know, like we're stuffed. If he slips off the side of the mountain now, then I can just clear off, you know, and leave him and get myself down, and I won't have to have the all the hassle of trying to deal with him and with the situation we're in.
Terrible thought, but yeah, it's kind of just like shit.
We thought, well, we've got 2 ropes that are 150 feet long, and if we tied them together, we've got a 300-foot rope with a knot in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. So if I tied to one end and Simon tied to the other, in theory, he could lower me down 300 feet.
Wow. Okay. That's... What else, right?
So he would stop me. I would stand on my left leg, my good leg, so that I could get the weight off the rope. It gave him enough slack to be able to unclip the rope, thread the rope back through the lowering device with a knot on the other side,
wow,
clip it back to himself, and lower me the remaining 150 feet.
And there you go. I mean, that's incredibly smart. Quick, good thinking in a time of crisis.
Simon was trying to lower me fast, and it meant that my foot kept jabbing in and bending the knee.
Oh!
I couldn't
God almighty.
take too much notice, unfortunately, of these cries of pain because we'd got to go down.
Right. Them's the facts, you know. You have to go. You don't have any more gas.
What he did was quite extraordinary. I mean, I've never heard of any single-handed mountain rescue like that.
Yeah, truly. Oh my God. It's something. He could have left them for dead.
And I started this lower thinking maybe, you know, after this we will have one more and we'll be on the glacier.
Well...
And suddenly it all got hard under my elbows, like icy, and it got steeper. And I just was full of alarm. I was screaming at Simon to stop as loud as I could, and he just couldn't hear me.
Yeah, no. Oh, God.
And I could clearly see that there was a large crevasse directly under the cliff.
Are you kidding me?
80 feet below me.
Holy shit.
So I carried on lowering him until I reached the knot, then tugged at the rope, my signal to him to take the weight off the rope, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And nothing continued to happen.
At that point, you're just like, what the hell just happened? Is he dead? Like, what's going on, you know? Oh, that is just, they don't know. They have no idea what the other is doing, what situation they're in, because they can't see them. They can't hear them. Oh.
I knew that the only way out of this is if I could climb up the rope. And if you use a special twisting knot on the rope, you can slide it up the rope and pull on it, and the knot grips the rope. Clip a snap link to it and then a sling to it, and you can stand up. I got one on,
okay,
and I clipped it to my chest, and I tried to put the other one on, and I had real trouble with my hands.
It's just the severe frostbite. Oh.
And I dropped the bloody thing, and I watched it fall. I knew that I was stuffed then.
Oh, shit! Now what? Oh my god, what? Like, I don't even know what they could possibly do now.
And this went on for maybe an hour and a half, during which time my position became more and more desperate, really. I was struggling.
There was nothing I could do, so I just hung on the rope and waited to die.
Wow.
Then I remembered that I'd got a penknife in the top of my rucksack. To me, it just seemed like the right thing to do under the circumstances.
Holy Really? And he's alive? And he's just sitting there like, I just killed my friend. My friend's dead. The fact that he's alive.
I think I must have fallen about 150 feet in total. I was pretty surprised to be alive.
Yeah! 150 feet. And he's alive!
If I'd landed 2 or 3 feet further to the right, I would have just gone down this huge hole.
Holy shit. Yeah.
You know, as soon as I saw it, I knew it had been cut.
I had a pleased feeling that it meant Simon was alive.
Looking at where I was, it's an awful prospect. You know, you don't die of a broken leg.
Yeah, you don't. So you're just in pain and dehydrated to hell. It's not going to be a quick death.
It was dark and it began to get to me. I could hear the ice cracking and wind noises in the ice.
It's terrifying. No.
I felt very, very alone, and I was very scared.
Yeah, I bet.
Fuck! Fuck! It was just childish. I just cried and cried. I thought...
I can't blame him. Are you kidding?
I thought I was... I'd be tougher than that.
Fuck no. Are you kidding? No. Your leg is completely decimated. You think your friend is dead, basically. Probably. You're dehydrated to hell and you're stuck in a place that literally cannot maintain life, basically. A frozen crevice. I would be panicking hard.
By this stage, I strongly felt that Joe had been killed the previous day and that now I was going to die as some sort of form of, you know, retribution. But rather than just sit here, you know, feeling sorry for myself or whatever, I'll get on with it and I'll die on the way down.
Yeah, just try at least, you might as well.
As I abseiled down, I could see this overhanging ice cliff, which is what I had lowered him over. And as I went down lower, I could see to my horror, at the base of this ice cliff was an absolutely enormous crevasse.
Yep.
Now, I did stop and pause, and I shouted across into the crevasse. I yelled and yelled and yelled, Joe, Joe. I was just convinced he was dead.
That's fair. Kind of, in a way, rightfully so, because it's just like, this man dropped 150 feet.
Absolutely
He's
convinced.
Dead, you know.
By 10, totally convinced that I was on my own. And I was thinking, how could I climb out of here?
So now you're in a crevasse, broken leg, dehydrated to hell, literally no one to help you, and an incredibly impossible situation to climb out of. So the chances are very slim. He did it somehow.
I started to go down the glacier on my own. Crossing a glacier is very, very dangerous on your own because there are crevasses in the ice and the snow covers them. Fortunately, I managed to find a faint outline of our tracks from when we walked in.
That's good. Wow.
My only chance was to lower myself deeper into the crevasse.
Oi, that's...
I didn't know what I
Yeah.
would find down there.
Yeah, really.
I was just hoping there might be some way out in the labyrinth of ice and snow.
Yeah, something. Literally, anything. And then there's the whole thing of like, what if this rope isn't long enough? Then you're there, and you can't pull yourself up.
I didn't want to look down. I was horrified at the thought it was just empty down there.
Yeah, really.
There are all these sorts of thoughts swirling around in my mind. Guilt, the thought did cross my mind that maybe I could think of a decent story that would make me look better.
That's fair. I feel like those are kind of not like natural thoughts, but you know.
Seeing this figure, and it was fairly close before I could see who it was, but he looked absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I bet.
You wouldn't recognize him.
As we walked back to the camp, I told him the whole story of what had happened. He wasn't in the slightest bit judgmental about me or what I'd done.
Can't really be mad at someone in that situation, right? It's like literally he had no choice. Zero. It was either that one thing or stay there and be frozen solid, you know?
I must have lowered myself about 80 feet. I remember looking down and there was just solid snow.
Oh
I
my
thought-
god.
This is the bottom of the crevasse.
Oh! Jesus! I can't believe it. That's...
About 50 feet away from me, there was a slope leading up. And right at the top, there was this sun coming through this hole.
Holy shit.
This big beam of sunlight coming in.
Wow.
This was the way out I'd been looking for.
Oh my god!
I started to get my axe in and hop up, but I inevitably went onto my broken leg.
Oh.
I'd feel the displacement go, the bone move.
So every hop, I'd nearly faint.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Holy shit. It's insane because it could have gone deeper, but it didn't. And like that is, oh my god. It could have been like a 500 foot, you know, and there was no way to get out, you know? Could have been anything. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, the foot. Oh, wow. There you go. There's his tracks. Now
And
it's
I then
just,
looked at the glacier and I thought, well, you haven't even started, mate. You know, it's miles, and on
Yeah.
really bad ground. I started to look at things and think, right, if I can get to that crevasse over there in 20 minutes, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh my god. Once again, can't even imagine any of this at all. Such power, like sheer willpower, you know?
Unless I come to a hole with his body in the bottom of it, you know, these tracks will lead me through the minefield of crevasses.
Yeah. Yeah, just pulling yourself, like, God, your arms. Just the arms would be so shot. Yeah, it's like going back and forth between crawling with the axes and pushing. Ugh. Oh my god. Just... Oh, everything hurts just watching this, honestly. It's like, oh my god. Ugh.
In the morning, it was a bright, sunny day. All the tracks had gone.
Damn. Of course.
Every now and then I had to stand up on one leg and look around to try and see the way and then sit down again and shuffle along.
Yeah. I guess he could, like, try to do one leg if he had, like, some sort of stick, you know, right? Oh. Ow.
I didn't want to leave immediately. You know, I felt I needed a day or two just to collect my thoughts and to regain some strength, really.
Yeah, really. God. I mean, at this point, it's like he needs to drink water or he's going to die from it. Speaking of which.
I saw the rocks and I knew how big these boulders would be and how far it was. And that was the first time that I really thought about whether I could get the distance.
Yeah, because now it's like, this is rock. You can't really crawl across it. You can, but it's gonna be super bumpy and painful.
I knew that I couldn't crawl over these rocks. They were just too big and jumbled. And that the only way to do it was to try and hop.
Yep.
So I knew I was going to fall a lot.
Oh, God almighty. Give this man a walking stick. Oh. Oh my God. It's terrible. It's terrible to know that this man actually went through this hell.
It seemed like there was a very cold, pragmatic part of me that was saying, you have to do this, this, and this if you're going to get there.
I mean, whatever gets you to do it, right?
It was almost like a voice or a separate part of me telling me to do something. No sympathy, no acknowledgement of the fact that I might be tired or hurt or anything like that. It was very, very odd.
I think that's just like survival instincts kicking in, right? Like, yeah, you're literally on the brink of death. You gotta go. In a lot of ways, I think this is worse than the snow.
The agonizing thing is all these boulders, these moraines, are on top of the glacier. And you could hear water running all the time.
That's so unfortunate. It's like teasing him. Oh.
I'd fall over an rocks and I'd hear water and I'd start digging around, searching for it. Couldn't find it, couldn't get it. And it was driving me mad.
Yeah,
to be
really.
able to hear water.
Freaking week has gone by. Oh.
I didn't crawl because I thought I would survive. I think I wanted to be with somebody when I died.
That's actually really sad, but yeah. Oh, that is really sad.
It's probably just a symbolic act to say goodbye to him, really, in my own mind, you know.
I was about to say
that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad he got some sort of water.
And it was just like putting fuel in. I could feel myself immediately just getting stronger.
Good.
There was a moraine dam, and from the top of that moraine dam, I would be able to look down into the valley where the base camp was. In fact, I would be able to see the tents.
Wow.
Almost as soon as I thought it, the next thought that popped into my head was, well, will there be anyone there?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was just about to say.
The rest of that afternoon, I was plagued by this dreadful feeling that they would have gone.
Yeah. Because why would they, stay there, right? Because they think he's dead, so...
And between leaving at 4 and getting to the top of the moraine at about 6, when the weather had changed. So when I looked down into the valley, it was just full of clouds.
Unbelievable. This poor man.
Simon! And I sort of listened intently, hoping to hear a whistle or an answer, a cry back or something. And I didn't hear anything at all.
Fuck.
And I spent a long time sat there crying, really, not sure what to do. And
yes.
I stopped looking at the watch, and everything just started to go apart.
You're kind of just going crazy at that point.
I did have one time when I got a song going through my head, and it was by a band called Boney M. And I don't really like Boney M's music.
Yeah, why this song,
Bloody hell, I'm going to die to Boney M.
That's so... Oh.
I remember smelling something. I mean, I thought it was me. And very slowly I worked it out. I thought, I've crawled through the latrine area of our campsite.
Oh.
And I realised then that I was close to the tent.
Oh my God. Really?
As I was shouting it, I thought, this is it. This is as far as this game goes. And when I shouted and they weren't there, I sort of knew I was dead then.
Wow.
And started hearing something. I kind of got in a panic. If he is out there, it's going to be this horrible thing. It can't be a human being.
Yeah.
No human being can possibly go through that and be outside the tent.
Yeah.
I knew it was Joe, actually. I knew immediately.
Of course, Simon exploded into action.
We went back up the stream bed from where these cries had come from, of about, you know, maybe 200 or 300 yards outside the camp, and there was Joe.
Wow. Holy shit.
Simon.
I couldn't completely believe it.
Yeah, really.
Until I actually saw him.
Yeah.
He was swearing a lot.
Yeah, I don't
Swearing
blame
a lot.
him.
Fucking hell. Richard, lift him. Richard Holding, you stupid bastard, lift him.
Oh my god. The fact that they stayed at the camp because Simon just like needed a few days to just rest up and everything. It's like, they could have gone immediately.
And I remember before we'd done anything to him, before we'd even closed the door, he said, "Where are my trousers?" We had to explain that we'd burnt his trousers, which made him quite angry. And I think that kind of brought me back into life to some extent, realizing it was the same old Joe back again.
Right, yeah. Oh my god. Joe lost a third of his body weight during his ordeal. Holy shit. 2 years and 6 operations later, Joe climbed again. He continues to climb today. 6 operations. Simon returned to England to face intense criticism from many of the climbing community for cutting the rope on his partner. Joe has always staunchly defended him. What, like, really? Like, what could you... No one has ever successfully repeated Joe and Simon's climb to the summit. Oh, wow. Like, they don't know. They're not in their shoes. It was a completely desperate scenario. One where there was 0 choices. They're like, oh, I could have thought of something probably. That's probably their thought process, but... Holy! Wow. Oh, man. That was intense as all hell. And the fact that it was real? Oh my god, the whole time it was just... Oh, Jesus Christ, I feel so bad for both of these guys, but especially Joe, who literally just went through hell even more so than Simon did. They both went through hell, right? But like, Joe was just pushed to another level of it. It was kind of hard to watch because you're just like, holy shit, like, how, right? This man should have been dead 5 times over, and he survived just long enough to be found. And wow, yeah, this was a lot. This was heavy, and it adds a level of heaviness to it. The fact that it is real and true, and but this was really well done. And I guess I overall enjoyed it. You know, enjoyed the story of it and everything. And wow, I'm at a loss for words a little bit. Well, alright, that was incredibly intense, like I was just saying just before. It was just literally like watching, basically, I guess this is kind of relevant, this analogy I was gonna say, but like just like a small snowball rolling down a snowy hill, and it progressively gets bigger and bigger. That was kind of like this, in terms of literally, like, the climb up, pretty terrible, right? But no one got hurt, no one really, like, fell or anything, everyone was fine, they made it, it was really hard, fine, but then it just got worse and worse and worse as, oh my god, so it was literally just, like, progressively getting worse, and then right at the end, like, this man was literally hanging on by a thread and should have been dead 5 times over, or even more than that, but he survived, and I can't believe it. I mean, I'm assuming... Like, with movies that are based on true events, it's like, oh, some things are exaggerated or whatever. This was more of definitely, like, a documentary. So I'm assuming that pretty much everything that they were saying was true, and it wasn't really exaggerated in any form. Which makes it just, like, that much more intense and, like, holy shit, right? Because, number one, I could never do this, ever. Like, my feet are firmly planted on the ground. I would never be able to do this. But then to, on top of, go through all of that, of just climbing the fucking mountain, and then proceeding to have everything terrible happen after, and trying to get yourself to get back to the camp in somehow one piece, or just at least one piece, that's even, like, a whole other level of just, like, sheer willpower and just adrenaline, I guess, your body going into pure survival mode and just pushing. No, like that, I would be dead. I'd be dead, crying, freaking out. No. I hope this man is getting therapy, because the amount of everything that he experienced, this man needs some therapy, honestly. But the fact he's climbing again, which is insane to me. It's just like, this didn't stop him. Near literally like hours, if not minutes away from death, and he's just like, yeah, I recovered and I'm gonna climb again. It's like, pfft, you're insane. So yeah, this was a super intense film. This was definitely the first like documentary sort of film that I've watched on this channel, and it was, you know, it was basically like reacting to a film, but this was, again, more real, and things so much, you know, there was a lot of action as if like a film had, for example, a regular like movie. So, you know, reacting to it wasn't really any different, you know. But yeah, this was crazy. This was intense and crazy and scary. It was absolutely terrifying, and I'm glad that they're both okay, that they're both alive. They went through absolute hell, and they are very lucky. So with that, I did enjoy myself watching this one, and I hope that you guys did too. If you did enjoy the reaction, please feel free to like the video, and if you aren't already, please feel free to subscribe. And if you want to watch the full unedited version of this video or to anything else on my channel, you can absolutely do so over on my Patreon. It is $5 a month for that. And to those of you who are already on Patreon, I really do appreciate you over there. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you're enjoying all the full unedited reaction videos and the access to the polls. And of course, if you want to find me outside of YouTube, you can absolutely do so. You can find me pretty much anywhere at OGBReacts. I'm mainly on Twitter and TikTok, but I'm also on Instagram and Twitch as well. And a big thank you to Ryan, who requested this movie for me to watch. I hope you specifically enjoyed this reaction. So yeah, once again, absolutely just a crazy story, and I am really glad that neither of them died. Once again, really do hope that you all enjoyed this reaction, and I hope to see you all in the next reaction video, whatever that may be. Okie dokie, toodaloo, adios, and goodbye!